Okay, Leo, so for you, no major arcana cards for April. We have quite a few pentacles, so it feels as though we've got some sort of financial message that will possibly come through, or we're dealing, with if we think of chakras, it's the sacral chakra or the base chakra, the one that connects us to earth. And your overall energy card is the Two of Swords. Now this can be about balancing and our thought processes. So let's start with the first week in April. And we see here the Seven of Pentacles. Now, often we think of this as, if I talk to you about the card itself, I guess basically there's this guy standing here and he's been tethering away, working quite hard, piling up his resources. And these are sort of a grapevine in the background is what I feel it to be. So he's a worker of the land, and quite often he can represent earth energies of people, so those earth signs. So there could be someone around you at the beginning of April, which, given you're a fire sign, it could be someone in your family or someone you work with who is either on your mind or who might possibly need a little bit of support or help. Here, I know he's not a court card, but he's so prominent in the card himself, and he looks a little bit weary, as if he's had a lot on his mind, and he's either got to a point where he's not sure what direction to go in or how much input to put in. So it might be worth giving him some support or some energy. Now, the quartz, I'll put some meanings down below for healing properties of the quartz or the power that they can actually give off and how supportive they can be. But I also think of this card as the chakra points and needing balance. When I see all the pentacles stacked up in a row, I think of our body and needing clearance or balance. So some of you may be even feeling like your back needs support or something, or as if you've been doing physical work, or you've got something on your mind or your back, possibly in that first month of April, and it could be worthwhile getting it addressed one way or another, whether it's through clearing blockages or having some manipulation. That's what I think of this card when he comes to us for health. So the next week we see the Three of Pentacles. And we're still talking pentacles, so we can still be talking money. So money might be on your mind as well in this first couple of weeks of April. April could be a month where financial stuff is going on for you one way or another. But the three is quite often about receiving some form of gratification for something you've either done, like a project you've been involved in, or where you've come along in society. So it often is a card of satisfaction and feeling like, great, a job well done, if you like. So there's that feeling that goes with the card. Also, sometimes there are other people involved, but it's generally considered positive. So you may even find that somehow your money is tied up or connected to someone else in one way or another, and that but it's sort of a positive attitude around the money. If we think of it in terms of health, again, it's just considered quite a positive card all round because it's safe and steady, and it's the card not of fast-paced energies or doing anything in a wild hurry. It's all about slow and steady, gets things done, because it's done correctly. So everything about that, the second week in April, feels fairly positive. This card sits right above it, which is your overall energy card. I'll come back to that towards the end, but it does point to being considering balance. Everything needs to be moderated and balanced, and I think that this card here does, and it's just reiterating that from above. If we come to the third week, we see the Knight of Swords, and he can literally refer to a person sort of in their out of teens, but in that 20s or 30s type age group, and they can be an air sign possibly, and they come roaring on in, and it's like, pew! Everything happens when this guy's coming around because he's quick and fast-paced, and he has some action on his mind. Now, this is quite a cool card, really, to get in readings, because it certainly stirs things up. It'll your third week could be quite active one way or another. You could be thinking, right, I want to do this and do that, and let's rush off here and yada, yada, yada. And this person could even come into your life all of a sudden, and you might be literally swept off your feet by him. So you might find yourself very attracted to someone in this period, or it might be, one of your current friends or people in your family that just really sets a fire going underneath you, and you're all excited and you've got these great energies and ideas and thoughts. So it feels like a fun week. He can, though, sometimes bring in a bit of too fast energy, and some people go, whoa, wait a minute, slow down, I need to think about it. So sometimes he can disturb the flow a little bit much, and you need to tell him to slow down the pace a bit. So he does come with quite exuberant energies, but if you're feeling like you need to slow it down, you have to say so, because he would boss the whole situation around otherwise. Now, if we come to the 4th week of April, we see here the Four of Pentacles. Now, it's a card that has, to me, so many mixed different feelings and emotions. So it's pretty much focusing on finances here. Finances and emotions and thoughts, because he's holding on as tight as anything to his money. So there's a possibility that towards the end of April, we're still in this money thing for you, but you might even feel like that money's a bit tight for some reason. So you might have a few extra expenses or something, unintended ones that just crop up. I've seen that happen when this card comes out before. But the reality is you probably are fairly grounded with it, and you've kind of got it under control anyhow, so you don't need to feel as anxious about it. And oftentimes just letting go of it a little bit more, you might be able to see it more logically. It can also be the card that is possibly money is given to you from someone who's quite close, like a heart relative or something, and they gift you a little bit of something, some money for, I don't know, whether it needs to be spent on a holiday or fixing something up, but it can come with a bit of a hold on it. So they might say, I'll give you this money if you do this. So sometimes that's around. Now, if we're thinking of it in terms of a job, this could be, I've found this sometimes as well, that you maybe think or contemplate a move that could be around your job or around finances for some reason. So it can indicate shifting or moving, which could even be travel to a degree. The other things we think of again are balance. We've got coin up here, one here, two under the feet. So I think again of bringing in some sort of energetic balance, because we're still looking at chakras as well. And the card is a little bit grey, so it's about emotions and intellectual and thought capacity. So he can be, this person, a little bit stuck around past emotions and holding on to them at the heart and not letting them go. So there seems to be a little bit of a message for you in April about balancing your emotions or your thoughts and also your physical or chakra body, and not letting your emotions get you down or worried too much, because really the situation is under control and you do have the choice. I see this moon up here, and it often makes me think of the eclipse, and we are in a phase of two eclipses around April. There's one in March and one in April, and some people will be quite affected by this at various levels of their psyche and their emotional and their physical bodies. So there could be something going on there with you as well in regards to that. So this overall energy card is about taking the time to make decisions fairly and justly, especially in situations where two people are involved, so relationships or partnerships, and that could be work partnerships as well, or something within your family or your love relations. It suggests to me that if you take the time to be calm and think about it, you've got the choices anyhow. And, if you consider everyone's point of view as well as your own, then you're likely to make the best choice moving forward. So really that's quite a good position to be in anyhow. Okay, Leo, that's it a busy reading, isn't it? Like lots going on. Even though you didn't have the major arcana cards, there was sort of a lot of messages that kept coming for you. So we will take a look now at the higher vibrational energies and see what they would like to say for you. I might just put them down, and for some reason this one here looks... Oh, for goodness sake. Gabrielle, balance. Well, obviously we're in a real state of balance here for you guys. So, and I think of that too hugely as planetary alignments, and this is the Leonardo da Vinci pictogram of the amazing balance we have in our bodies and our connection to all that is. We're so intricately built and designed, it's quite powerful. And again, I'm thinking the total essence of balance here. We've got the white light, the white energy, we've got the white crystal coming in, and we've got this whole balance energy field around you. So for any of you who are interested, I think there might be some clearing or some re-energizing that could benefit you in the month of April. This beautiful white light coming in, which is quite protective. And I guess I've already spoken to you about balance in your whole reading, because that's what it seemed to be indicating. And let's put it this way, when we're in balance, there's actually no better place we can be in life, because it's a perfect place to be well balanced, because then we spin and we flow perfectly. So I'll just have a little look in the book and see what else Gabriel has to say about the gift of balance. Gabriel wants you to know that you have been too busy, and wishes you to become more earthed, to take stock of past actions that have resulted in your life process becoming out of equilibrium. Whenever our yin-yang dualistic forces moves out of balance, our energy drops. Gabriel asks you to create harmony by yielding to meditation and stillness, so that the divine messengers may remove your burdens. Gaze at the wonderfully integrated intelligence of Leonardo da Vinci's art, and you will feel an altogether different state emerging. And I do. I mean, when I look at that, I feel an amazing state of connectedness and exactly balance. Oh, well, that was tied in fairly strongly, wasn't it, Leo? Leo the lion. So there's a beautiful message of a gift for you, for your reading. I don't think you could ask for any more poignant message. So wishing you all a wonderful month of balance and harmony. And thank you again for listening, subbing, liking, and leaving your comments. I love it all, and I just feel very blessed to be able to do these readings for you. So thanks again. Much peace, love, and aroha.